Hi, my name's John.
And I'm Tom.
And we're here today at Badenhall Fishery in Staffordshire.
We're here for a 48-hour session, which we've been here around about 2 or 3 hours now. We arrived for the peg draw this morning, which unfortunately we came last in the draw. However, we did manage to opt for one of our sort of favoured choices, not the first choice, but one of our favoured choices, which is the bay, which is peg 17 and 18. Reason for opting for this, we know there's a northwesterly wind pushing in here, so there's every opportunity that the fish or the carp will be sort of mooching in and around this bay, which will give us every opportunity of a bite.
Yep, and we've only been here within half an hour setting up, just getting stuff out of the van. We've seen one show, seen a couple under the surface. So yeah, there's definitely fish in here. Whether they stay in here, hopefully they will. They'll push in with the wind, like Tom said. They do tend to follow the wind in here. So yeah. Yeah,
optimistic certainly, but I think, as I say, we're here for 48 hours. We're going to give this bay and these pegs at least the initial 24 hours anyway, and we'll have the option to move before more people turn up tomorrow. So we'll see how it plays out. If the fish do stay in here, it is due to swing the opposite direction to a southwesterly tomorrow, so it could well be that they do get on that, but we'll see. And we'll certainly keep you updated as the session progresses. Hopefully there will be a fish or two along the way.
Yep, as Tom said, we'll keep you updated, show you a rig or two, show you how we're approaching it, and yeah, we'll just see how we get on. Like Tom said, for the first 24 hours we'll stay here. There's plenty of empty pegs at the moment, there's plenty of room to move, so there's no problem in the morning if we can see pretty much the whole of the lake. So we can see what's going on and we'll decide whether we need to move.
Yeah, but until then, we will update you as the session progresses. If there is a fish or two along the way, we will certainly show you them, but we will also show you how we're approaching the session, the rigs, bait that we are using as well. So until then. So we're heading into the first evening.
Tom's in.
That's a good fish. Oh, that's a lovely common. Well, first day, Badenhall Quarry. As we're approaching the first evening, this absolutely stunning common comes along, £36 4 ounce. It's what we come to Badenhall for. Absolute stunning fish. Gives us a lot of confidence going into the night. We just had some tea. To be fair, I didn't expect anything to happen until dark, if it was going to, but out of the blue, yeah, just ripped off. What a fish. Come on. Beautiful.
Tom's into fish number 2. Right hand rod this time.
Started seeing the odd few show, haven't we, in the last 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, we're just commenting on how many we're showing, and Tom's alarm ripped off.
Seems set as shape, you don't seem a big fish, but you'll take any. A fish is a fish.
So going off here in Tom's bag, just literally just netted fish number 2, and fish number 3 is just ripped off. Absolute carnage. Tom's lost for words.
Literally don't know what to say. They're just coming in numbers. And we've just seen a few show just inside of the bay, and it's fucking mental. So, what a crazy few minutes. Both rods, left hand rod first went, oh sorry, the margin rod, right hand rod first went, with a lovely 24-pound mirror, and then as I just landed that, this one then went, 31 pound 12, stunning. So what a crazy few hours. Lovely mirror. I can't believe it. Crazy few hours fishing. Let's hope for a few more in the night. Come on. Another chunk. Come on.
Well, good morning. Quiet night for me on the fishing front. Not for Tom, he had another 2 in the night. Can't remember the weights exactly. Tom will update you on that a little bit later. Today, I wake up with a dilemma of do I move? Doesn't seem to be happening where I am. It's going to be changing weather conditions. I'm going to be completely off the back of the wind. Yeah. What do I do? Which I'll have a little think about while I make my breakfast, which is on at the minute, which today, crumpets. So, yeah. What to do. But, anyway, I'm going to go, I'm going to continue to make my breakfast. And yeah, time's running out before I have to decide whether I'm going to make a move or not. Knowing my luck, I'll move, someone drops in there, has a couple of fish. That's always the worry. But yeah, we'll take you and let you know what happened.
Oh, what a first day that turned out to be. We've not expecting anything really until it came dark, if anything at all, to end up having five fish between sort of 6:30 and 11 o'clock. It was crazy. So I managed 2 nice commons, both £36, a 36.4 and a 36, and then there was a common of £32 2, a mirror of £31 12, and then a smaller mirror of £24 8. Crazy, absolute crazy. 2 double takes. I think it is literally where I'm fishing, in the sort of entrance or the mouth into the bay on the right hand side. I've just been intercepting them as they've been coming in. They've been coming in numbers, and I think that's why it's then resulted in sort of double takes. So, certainly something I wouldn't have expected. Obviously something certainly a take, but I think going into today, we've already had a look around the lake with the option of potentially moving, because the wind has now switched to a southwesterly, relatively strong southwesterly as well. So I do feel that the fish potentially will move on that, as well as then having all pegs taken today as well on the lake. So there's going to be more line pressure, which could cut this bay area off, to be honest. So going into today, into tonight, chances maybe sort of impacted. However, you never know. So we're going to see it out. As I say, we had a look around. There wasn't really any pegs available that we fancied to move into. So happy to sort of stick here. Obviously, knowing that the spot's producing. They're absolutely loving the 12mm DNA bug baits with a little bug wafter over the top. Seems to just be the key. It's doing well. So a little bit later on, I'll show you sort of the rigs that I'm using. I'll also show you the spots as to where I'm fishing. So I'll give you a sort of pan around on the peg itself. And yeah, let's see what today brings. And hopefully we have something else to report a little bit later on. Cheers.
Right, so here we have the bucket challenge. This is to see who goes to collect the takeaway from the gate tonight. Basically what we're doing, underarm cast with a lead into the bucket behind us. If you get the lead into the bucket, it's 3 points. If you hit the bucket, it's 1 point. And we get 5 attempts each. Loser goes to get the takeaway.
See who wins. Oh, close. 2 down, no points. Oh, that looked good. It looked good. Good line. A little bit long.
Got my eye in now.
Oh, last one.
Oh, bit of a crosswind now. Oh, oh, he's only got to hit it once.
Okay. Oh my lord, that was close. Oh. You were panicking for a second then. Looks good.
As you can see, Tom cheated just like he did last night by catching 5 fish. Winner! Childish game anyway.
So this is the rig that I've been using down here at Badenhall this session, which is accounting for 5 fish so far, no losses, and it's one that I've got extreme confidence in. It's a rig that I use for 95% of my fishing, which is a fluorocarbon D-rig, one with a whipping knot that's tied on the shank of the hook, creating that bit of a bigger D. The rig itself is 7.5 to 8 inches in length. It's a desired length that I do use most of the time, although that can vary depending on the bait that I'm fishing over. So usually I find that I may shorten that as well. Now, the components of the rig are all finkered anglers, or predominantly finkered anglers. The hook, as you can see there, is a curve point hook. Now the difference that we've got, well, one, it's a barbless reel here at Baden, so I've crushed down the barb, but also I hand sharpen my hook points. Now, it's something that I've got extreme confidence in. It's not something that everyone does, and understandable because they are extremely sharp as they come out of the packet. It's just something that I've done for many years, and it's just something I've got, as I say, extreme confidence in. And usually what I find is when the hook goes in, it doesn't come out. There's very limited losses that I find on this rig. So something that I would certainly recommend to put into fishing if you don't already do. Now, moving down the rig, you've got a couple of centimetres of string tube. That's just to aid sort of kicking over, and again, it just gives that really good hooking properties then. Usually finding the scissors, they go in and they just don't seem to come out. And as you go down, there's a little sinker in the middle there just to pin it all down, and then a anti-tangle sleeve at the end. Now, the fluorocarbon itself is OMC blend in £20. It's one that I've been using now for the past sort of 12 months or so. I've been through and used plenty of different fluorocarbons, but this one, it just gives you all the properties that I want. So it's very anti-tangle, especially if fishing at range as well. So it's just, again, something I've got extreme confidence in. The hook bait choice, which is mounted on a hook ring swivel, is a DNA bug corked off wafter. Now, the reason I'm using that is I am feeding 12mm bug boilies, which I'll show you just now. So these are the boilies that I've been using as freebies on this session. So these are the 12mm bug boilies from DNA Baits. Now, as you can see, they're a little bit different than what they would be standard out of the packet. So there's a little bit of a coating on them there. So what I'll do, 4 to 5 days prior to the session, I'll get a couple of kilos out of the freezer, put them into a carrier bag, and then I'll add a generous amount of liquid liver. Allow that 24 hours then to soak in, and then become a bit tacky, in which then I'll repeat that process again, not as much then the second time around, just to soak in a little bit. So maybe an hour or so later, I'll then add some of the insect meal from DNA Baits as well, just to give it a bit of a coating. Now, I'll repeat that process then 2-3 times, and what you find then, it's giving you a nice coating on the boilie, which will then break down when it's on the lake bed, and just giving that added attraction in the swim. Something I've been doing for a little while now, and something I've got extreme confidence in. So these are the pegs. There's the gate as you come in, easily parking for a couple of vans or cars there. This is peg 18, so this is John's swim. As you come around, great social pegs, picnic bench there, just had a tea, a couple of beers, and then this is peg 17. So all the swims here have a little hut, so there's no need to bring your bivvy. As you come down, ample room inside. All the fishery rules on there as well. Dustpan and brush, keep it all tidy. And this is my swim, peg 17. As I mentioned earlier, been fishing towards the entrance, which you can see just there. So that's where it's done 4 bites, and I've got one just on this margin over here. Fishing in about 8 foot of water. Weed doesn't seem too bad at the moment, although usually it is, certainly in the height of summer. But it's been ideal. So we will see what happens during the night.
So going into the final evening, nothing else to report.
It's one of those today, it's with knowing there's going to be a lot of pressure, I opted to just get some fresh bait into the spots, but then leave the lines out. So pretty much the majority of the day I've not really been fishing, in the hope then that the fish may decide to sort of move in with there not being pressure then within my side of the bay. with everyone turning up earlier, it's exactly what we expected. A lot of letting about, trying to find spots, a lot of spotting. So there's a lot of disturbance. So although the wind has been pushing up the other end, with that disturbance, it could well be that they do move in. That said, we haven't seen anything to go off today. There's not been any shows at all. But we're moving into the evening with hope.
Yeah, with Tom saying he rested the swim, probably the clever option, to be honest. Like I say, with the disturbance, let him come on to us. But as we know, I'm still on a blank. So I've persevered with zigs. I've tried every depth, every colour. But with being in this bay, I think it's just a simple case of if the fish are in here, they're in here. If they're not, they're not. And it doesn't matter what you've got out there. Nothing can work if there's no fish in the area. So
yeah. I think it's been the right thing to do today, with it being high pressure. A lot of, the sun's been out, so it's certainly been worthwhile doing that. Trains, as we find throughout the course of the day, that's something you've got to be aware of when coming on Badenhall. Certainly the specimen lakes, the trains are relentless.
And they don't stop through the night.
No, the freight trains are just, do keep you awake, but bring some earplugs if you are coming.
But then you won't hear your alarm. So we're going into this final evening as we did yesterday. Now is the sort of time when it started kicking off last night, sort of 6, half 6. So we're hopeful it may do it again. So we do remain confident. We know in the spots have been producing, the baits have been producing. So we're going into the night with optimism. It'd just be nice if John can, get a fish or get amongst a few. Would be absolutely perfect. But what we will do is certainly keep you updated, and hopefully come the morning, there's a few fish to show you. Yeah, so nothing more to report. All we can do now, all 4 rods are out. So just sit back, watch the water, and wait to see what happens.
We're now approaching the end of the session, into the final hour. Unfortunately, nothing further to report. I think with the additional angling pressure yesterday and what we anticipated, really cut us off into this bay. We've not seen any signs whatsoever of fish in here. So in hindsight, the opportunity to move yesterday morning, maybe that should have been something we did consider, although we did consider it, but maybe something we should have capitalised on and actually done.
But saying that, we've seen a couple of anglers coming off this morning. Where they've been fishing, they've had a great view of the lake. They can see the whole lake. They've been watching the water the whole time. They've had nothing themselves. They've seen nothing, seen no shows. They've seen no fish coming off. So maybe it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. So, but we stayed where we were. Nothing happened. Nothing happened anywhere else. Looks like Tom out with 18 pegs on here. There's 1 peg that produced, and it was Tom's.
Yeah, maybe it is that. Literally that few hours on the first evening, which you'll capitalise as the fish moved in, and it's maybe something to take into account if we come on here again. That if you can certainly get on the fish, it's certainly the chance there of a few bites as well. So for me, obviously made up, been a great session. 5 fish, 4 of them being 30s. All stunning fish as well. I couldn't be happier. But that said, as always with John, coming out for the social, that's the main part really. I think just coming out, having a laugh, getting out into the fresh air. What can be better?
Yeah, great to just get out for a social. I didn't catch, but don't catch every time you're out.
Yeah, it's fishing.
We still have a great social, some good food. We have a laugh, and yeah, I've enjoyed it anyway. So, seen some big fish on the bank. I think it's been a good session.
So this is the first of
our videos. So if it is that you like it, you know, please do like, subscribe, and you'll pass on any comments, really. Something we welcome as well. So if there's anything that you feel that we could do differently, better, anything you'd like to see, then let us know, and we can certainly then incorporate it into any future videos. But until next time,